John, you heard?
Bye,
Damn.
guys.
Okay.
I got to run,
Who
so I
raw
got to get to him. Ooh,
raw? Who you want to smoke with first? Tommy or Omac, the two OGs.
Tommy.
Oh, dude.
See, we got a love relationship. Okay,
Right.
here's the thing.
Hi,
Though, let
Tommy.
me tell you why women will miss out on, especially black women. You said they need a soft one. And you're right. Men do need a soft woman. But
Mhm.
black women have prided themselves on being hard, which is one of the reasons why so many black men complain. You said that there's so many babies mamas, so these men need these women. No, these men are just copulating with these women, which is something that the slave master used to do with the same group of women. So it's easy to copulate with them and anybody else.
Okay,
So
John.
if they men moved on and they found that softness that you were talking about, that more cooperative woman, that woman who actually enjoys being the mother of their children, instead of one who keep calling themselves baby mamas all day, who get online complaining about the nigga that got them pregnant. You don't really see black men having that issue when they have babies with women of other races. Even when the relationship doesn't work, they don't get on there and talk about their children as if they're a burden. They do a pretty good job of raising them. So if we separated black men who already marry outside of their race 4 times more than black women do, and black women have had access to other races of men prior to black men, because black men were still getting killed for just looking at black women, white women, or non-black women in the 50s and 60s, while black women were marrying non-black men, and there's never been a white man that got hung because he was laid up with a black woman. But the other way around, it happened. Hell, it's still, people get mad when they see it today. That's why they give you a black princess on Disney with a white man. They're not giving you no black king on Disney with no white woman. That's why they give you Scandal with a white president.
Go ahead, Raw B.
Aw, Tommy, I love your smile, and that was such a nice diatribe. But here's the thing,
I
black
like
women
it.
couldn't necessarily be with white men until 1967 in Loving versus Virginia, I believe that was. Let me double check my facts. Yes, Loving versus Virginia. Now, when we talk about how black women are so strong, they don't want to be strong. They have to be strong because they've been grown up in households where their father wasn't present. And they too make bad mistakes by having sex with men that don't take personal accountability. I get it. Everybody loves sex. Sex is fun, it's wet, and it's slippery. But if you're not wearing prophylactics and planning your children, then babies are going to occur. So when you have men that are like, oh my God, I don't want to pay her no child support because I don't have access to the vagina. Yes, a child becomes burdensome. But we heard Hamp earlier say he can't even live stream tomorrow because he has the kids. He don't like the kids. Everybody be like, fuck them kids, men and women. Nobody cares because it's a struggle because they're expensive. They take a lot of energy. Y'all saw I done bounce myself out the stream yard because I got to love on my baby. It just kind of is what it is. Now, men as a whole, because women at some point, even if they might be hoes and have a whole bunch of kids, after about that third or fourth one, most of them be like, shit, I gotta stop this shit. Let me get my tube tied because I don't want no more kids. Men can have kids until they die forever. Y'all are the seed bearers. And y'all will be like, oh, well, I got 12 kids. I got 7 baby mamas. I don't want to pay none of them child support, but I'm going to go smash on this hoe tomorrow without a condom. It's a bad decision. Y'all got to do better. I'm just saying real quick.
That's why me and you don't need to be talking, because half the time we disagreeing and agreeing at the same damn time. You are correct, and I will agree with that. But I still say that the men are making bad decisions though, because they're being raised by these women. So if they were separate from these women, there's a difference between women of other races. Women of other races, even when they get broken black men, they want to build them up. They do, like, when you do with a kid, when the kid's starting to try and walk and you see it struggling like this, and you be like, come on, you can do it. And the kid be so happy it start walking. Next thing you know, that nigga running and he in the NFL. That's how non-black women do. But then if you want to look at what black women do to black men, they do them kind of like a person who's going to see that kid trying to walk and be like, hurry up, motherfucker, before I leave. That's what they do. And now you just can't walk. The nigga just is always in your arms and just, ah. And so that's what I think would happen If black men got with other races of women, they actually push the men to lead and will teach them, put them in positions and places for them to learn that leadership, even if they weren't raised that way. We don't get that kind of support at home.
Now, see, Tommy, while I hear what you said, one thing I really like about you is watching your documentary of Fatherless America. Now, when you have people that are together in relationships and both of them were raised without the leadership of a father, well, everything is wanting to go downhill because nobody had the leadership of a man. Now, see, why black men would fail is because they've not been present in their children's lives, even with women of other races. When we start looking at who's on child support and that doesn't get paid child support, it's women of all nationalities, not just black women, white women, Asian women, Spanish women. They all band together. Is your baby daddy named Tyrone? Did he pay you your child support? Because ain't nobody getting no child support checks. Now, black women that come from a good center, that have been raised by a father, are very supportive and uplifting to men. And when they are good and kind and nice and gentle to these men, these simp weak men that have been raised without their father do dumb stuff like put their vagina pictures on social media, cry to the internet that they gave them $12,000. I don't know what's happening here. So you see, we got a lot of men that are feminine, they're not masculine at all, honey, and they tarnish the pool of good women, and they make good women bad because then women be like, I don't trust y'all. Get away from me. So that's why I said this is a silly conversation to an end, because there's bad men and bad women, and we all have to do better. But if if you put it to the test, honey, women gonna win, because white women, white men, Asian men, all the men, they love black women. They're gonna give us everything we want, and they ain't gonna have the psychological trauma.
And that's where you're wrong. I agree with what you were saying before until you got to the end. You're right about that. If he had given me the option of saying who would fare better together, I still think black men and black women would fare better together if they could fix it. And it's just like what you said. There are women who were raised by fathers, or even if they're not raised by fathers, they were raised by women with a healthy respect for men. Therefore, they pass it to their child. That's all you need, even if a man's not there. But when you say that these other races of men would be crawling after black women, that's actually untrue. When you got the statistics that show, like on Tinder, that black women reach out to other races of men more than the men reach out to them, and the men don't respond. Black women are the least responded to, but the most who reach out to. These other men feel like they are secure in their women. Even white men who've had access to black women since slavery, when white women were acting up, who did they turn to? Asian women. They didn't turn to black women because people don't see black women as, when you think of the word trophy wife, you rarely see a black woman as that trophy.
The plane, he got you together with that plane. See, this is the thing. When you think of trophy husband,
you got 1 minute, then I'm gonna switch Omac in.
Okay. When you think of trophy husband, you rarely think of a black man. I mean, when we're talking about husbands that are really dipping and doing it and holding it down, okay, POP, outside of sports figures, that's not what the lick hits for. When we're looking at the top 1%, it's not really just, you know what I'm saying, the football players. We got 1% that are in Silicon Valley. We got 1%ers that are in tech and, you know what I'm saying, pharmaceuticals and all those type of industries. And it's not black people. Don't you want to be seen more as a BBC and an athlete? Don't you want to be seen as a man? But again, you know, that's y'all bag. I didn't say that white men would be crawling after anybody. You said who would fare better. Now, fare and crawl are two different words.
Yes, and there are more men who are rich. There are more rich men, rich black men, or well-off black men.
I know you're wealthy. It's my minute, sir. I know you're wealthy. Hit that cash app, $ Butterfly Progressive. Stop playing with me, Tommy.
I'm sorry. You know, it's just hard for me. You're making it hard for me. I just want to get in it.
I know I'm making it hard for you, Tommy. I always do. But at the end of the day,
20 seconds, bro.
They're going to ban us both.
You gotta get us booted off the show, Tommy. Stop playing in my face. But seriously, though, like, women are going to be okay because not every woman needs a man. I mean, hell, we got rabbits and roses and bullets. Oh, my. So outside of that, we're in school, even though we have a lot of debt. That's true. We also have a lot of earning potential. So as long as we learn how to manage our finances, we already take care of these badass kids by ourselves. We already hold down these households by ourselves. So as long as we get the right appropriate toys. All
right, Aston, who won? 1 for Robbie, 2 for me. Who won, ladies and gentlemen? Audience.
Hey, that was pretty good, man. That was good fucking job, man.
Yes,
Damn.
we do.
One
Listen, when you got two professionals, you get a professional. You get a professional show, and that's what you had right there. That's why you didn't have any stupid shit. We just didn't agree, but we kept it professional and fun.
Exactly.
And
Omac,
look at all the tools I won, bitch. No.
Oh, baby, put $2. I'm gonna tell you out for $2.
no, let me read these super chats real quick. Savage with the $2 says, "Women use men. Women would die.
Okay.
With no men, women would die." Savage with the $2 says, "Stop the pandering." Service King, what's up? With the $5 says, "Sisterhood is real. More than 70% cause the blind leading the blind." Savage Recovery with the $2 says, "Raw, how you make a sandwich?"
It depends. Do you want it hot or cold? Do you want it with accoutrement or just with meat and cheese? You know I'm a chef. Stop playing with it, baby.
Lauren Mack with the $5 says, "Drop the breather." I don't know who got the code. I can't tell.
Omac.
Star Child with the $2 so I don't know if he was trying to drop you or what. Dub Will with the $5 says, "Black women been getting white peen without consequences since the plantation. Don't play with it, Raw." Hank Deasy with the $2 says, "Raw cooked Tommy." Savage with the $2 says, "Raw is that raw cocoa right now." What does it mean? Omac, you in the middle? Oh.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, Omac, what you got for Raw B, man? Look like, hold on, let me check the chat. Who won? Tommy won or Raw won?
I won.
Who was number one?
Raw, you need to check the private
I'm
chat.
number
I
one.
bring you on my show, but check the private chat.
Thank you.
Hey, Raw. Hey, Tommy, I don't know.
You saw them tools. You better stop it.
Oh,
Do it again.
no,
Ask him again right now. Say, do it now.
Bro, no. Hey, Tommy, this shit kind of close.
No, it ain't. I ain't gonna let you know. I'm not gonna let you do this.
Oh, they got butterflies in the chat, Tommy.
You know that wind chime can't stand me. That girl ain't never agreed with me.
What's your symbol?
Tools.
Oh no!
Shout out to the butterflies. We in the
See how them tools.
Wow. Okay, they said a couple twos. All right.
You talking about a couple twos? It's like 13 of them right now.
The fact that
Let me start calling you DJ Simp.
Jesus.
Dang.
Somebody called me that earlier. I ain't say nothing. All right, Omac, what you got for the hood, man?
Oh yeah, they said make it a poll.
we're making a poll, and
I'm
that's
making a
okay. That's okay.
Right.
I'm not scared of Tommy. I'm not
Speaking
scared
of speaking of
I got
poll,
like 10 minutes. I gotta go get these kids.
You wanna go
All right,
fishing?
Omac.
Hello, Raw. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Omac. How you
You
doing?
Omac represent.
All right. For me, basically breaking it down, if we wind up separating, it's going to be worse for women due to the fact to where, one, women need men to survive, period. It was always designed that way. Yes, women do have their education, this, that, and the other, but they also have 80% of all credit and all debt in this world. The simple fact is, the world that they live in now is the only reason why they are able to live in this world is because men designed it, men created it, men structured it so that, quote unquote, they are able to basically do what they do now. If men are not around, they cannot and will not survive. Is basically their short form there.
Wrong.
Okay, now I see that you're a Christian man. You have the Bible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman," and she was taken out of the man. See, God created woman for the benefit of man because man could not exist if he was alone. Now, if y'all go to other women, sure, the other woman is going to be amenable to you to a degree because she's operating out of max empathy because she really doesn't understand the struggle. Even though there's a whole multitude of cultural appropriation, she's not actually in it with you, brick by brick, row by row, layer by layer. So when you are upset and going through, she'll be like, "Oh my God, you're upset. Like, oh my God, Becky, what happened? Like, can I make you some Kraft macaroni and cheese and like give you some tang and shit?" But a sister's gonna be like, "Listen, brother, we got to do some things. They're not accepting certain things from you because God made us as your helpmeet. So we're going to push you and encourage you always to do better and your best without coddling you and excusing your malfeasance.
Well, when it's all when it's all said and done, what I will say here is this: the majority of men are single and have no children. Now, black women constantly do this thing of they want you 6 foot, they want $100,000 or more, they want a six pack. Okay, I'm 6'1", I make over six figure. I've been married for 27 years. I just celebrated our anniversary just yesterday. The simple fact here is this: is that one, if you want to see more marriages, and I talk about this all the time, us as a culture, we need more marriages. We need to be able to come together and basically make this work. But when you look at how society is done now, black women go out of their way to completely dog black men. Now, as a man before I got married, I lived in Europe. While I was in Europe, relationships there were a lot easier. I'll be honest, it was a lot easier. Now, of course, for me, I always wanted a black woman. I always wanted a black child. I wanted something that was going to basically look, like that was going to look like me and not something else. That was always me. But the simple fact here, is this: in our culture, it is nothing to completely demonize a black man. Dog him out. But there are so many black men right now that are single. They make 47,000 a year, and they have no children. That's all I'm gonna
Oh, Max, congratulations on your 27-year marriage. I'm so happy for you
Beautiful.
that you're able to achieve that. Now, you mentioned the three sixes that have become tantamount and run rampant in social media culture, right? However, what you failed to acknowledge was a lot of these men that are tearing down black women for wanting men that are 6 foot, make six figures, and what have you, and have 6 inches of, eggplant, right? Is most of these men are like they want friendly, fit, feminine women, right? But a lot of these men are fat and out of shape. Not only are they short, and not only are they short, they are also obese, grotesque, bad attitudes. They can't give you a Colgate smile because they got butter in their mouths. You understand what I'm saying? Not only are they not making six figures, they're not even on the higher earners for the average median income of $59,000. As you said, the average earner is $47,000. And then they have the unmitigated gall to want a traditional woman while they can't be a traditional man. They want women to be the maids, the nannies, the chauffeurs, the caretakers, while they sit their fat asses down, eat some food, get some sex, which they all claim they only have 3 minutes of. Like, oh my God, Becky, who's going to be faithful and like be happy with a man that only has 3 minutes? Like, let's be serious. Like, that don't work. And then they act like it's a problem for them to be able to interact with their children. Get around the house, go outside and mow the lawn for the very few of those that actually have a home that has a lawn, because most of them live in somebody's apartment complex. They cannot provide a house. They do not have a car. They live at home with their mama. They complain all the time about women to other men because they don't know how to socially interact with a woman. They don't know how to relax, tranquilo, and just be cool and be full G and player. But then women are wrong for having standards.
Look, the men that you're talking about that have all those issues,
Mhm.
those are the Pookies and the Ray Rays that you're talking about.
No, they're high
Those are
value men.
okay. The majority ones, just like for those black men that you're basically talking about, most of them have a whole bunch of issues, mostly criminal issues. When you look at 46% of all black men are single with no children. The other 30% are married men, like
No,
myself.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm glad you said
Okay,
that
yeah,
again.
yeah,
Because this is the thing. Hold on,
okay,
Mr.
okay,
O'May.
okay,
One moment, because
okay.
I don't
You
want to
cut
lose
his
it.
time off.
Come on,
I don't
come on,
want to
come on. Let
lose
me
it. I don't
finish
want
it.
to lose it. Hold
Okay,
on, one
okay,
minute.
okay. Let me finish it. Let me
Please.
finish
Oh,
it.
please, sir. Please, sir, can I have a
Hey,
moment?
Rick,
Please, sir, can I have a
come on, come on,
moment?
come on. Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Then you have about the last
They put
15
Raw
to
in the
20%.
bathroom. They put Raw in the bathroom for 5. Damn,
then,
man.
and then
So
like you
none of
got the
that shit
last
didn't make
15.
sense.
Okay. And then like you got the last 15 to 20% that is quote unquote in jail and or problem in a problem men. Most of those men that are in prison often have 3 to 5 kids each on average. So who are the women that who are the women basically sleep, s- you know, s- um, sleeping with and having kids with? as those men. But I always laugh when they basically talk about women are much smarter than men. Women are more wiser than men. Okay, if you're so smart and you're so wise, how come this person that you're saying is not as smart, is not as wise? You keep on tricking you into opening up your legs if you're so smart. Or can it be just be that you make too many bad decisions and now you got to deal with repercussions?
So damn, man, I gotta go get my kids. I gotta go DJ tonight. But this one been pretty dope. This actually been pretty cordial. I think I'm gonna have some good clips out of this one, man.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to figure out, man. Maybe when I put I got a DJ. Maybe tomorrow. Tommy, I'm gonna shoot you a text, see if we can do this tomorrow. Cause Raw beat, you might need a round 2 of her, Tommy. I don't know, man. I seen you limping a little bit after that match.
No, sir. I walked away unscathed.
You and Omac remind me of the Bushwhackers. You tagged him in. He tried.
I'm looking at his background. His what do you call that?
That's a street.
Yeah, like the version. Yeah, like the
damn, man. Hey, I'm about to get out of here, but this shit like yours.
You have the real one. You have the real one.
Damn, man. Let me
where are you gonna be DJing tonight?
Wait. Selling my house.
I'm DJing. It's a private party, but I'm in Houston, and then I'll be at Prospect Park tomorrow.
Can I just say this real quick before somebody else?
Yeah, I'm about to let y'all, because I got to get out of here. I got 4 minutes. I'm about to let y'all get a final thought, though.
It's gonna take me 2 seconds. It's gonna not let me lie. It's not gonna take me.
But you got mad when it take me 2 seconds.
Well, because I'm gonna wake you back up, and you're gonna have to go for 2 more
Raw
hours.
B, go ahead, give your final thought. I gotta get these damn Yo, man, go, Raw B. Final thought.
So, of course, all the men don't have no children. They don't have to sign no birth certificates. If we could leave the hospital without signing birth certificates, women wouldn't have no children either. We don't get that luxury. Stop playing with that statistic. Number one. Number two, I don't have children out of wedlock. For y'all talk about some, where's my husband? My baby's got their daddy last name. Do your
shit like that. Do
your children's match? I just want to know real quick. I'm gonna be quiet. Thank you.
Raw B in the house, man. J Hub. Brinky, a final thought.
A final thought. I really appreciate this kind of conversation, but I have to say that this is really bit racist. I'm sorry to use this word. I hate this word. But tonight I hear a lot of time white people, black people, black woman, white woman, black men, white women. I think that we have to fight racism. I'm the only.
I understand you, man.
I'm the only white skin here. But I think that the color of the skin is only the color of the skin, and people is everyone is different. I think that we have 8 billion of kind of skin. So I don't like the way that you and we talking about the relationship by the color of the skin, guys.
I gotta go get my kids. I can't let everybody filibuster too much, but I understand what you're saying, though.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm unpopular. I know that I'm popular.
Turn that shit off. What is that?
Bye, y'all. Somebody
Super Mario. Mamma mia.
Before you some shit happens.
Yo, final thought. I gotta get out of here.
Final thought. At the end of the day, do the best you can and survive your best can. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. That's all I got.
Appreciate you. World Clash.
You beat me all day. This shit been funny, but good show. Appreciate you. See, catch you on the next one.
No doubt, bro. Kiki.
Appreciate you, Hamp. Thank you again for having me.
You already know. Tommy,
Thank you, man, for having me. I had fun. Hopefully, I get to have something to eat. If I don't, I'll be back on here sad as fucking hungry.
where you stream at, Tommy? Rumble?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble, Twitch under the Tommy Sotomayor Show. But the best place to find all of my shit is on my website at tjskoc.com.
Put it in the chat. You got the wrench. Put it in, throw it in the chat.
Okay.
There's still 400 people here, so they looking. They about to do something. Omac, final thought.
Final thoughts. We definitely need to come together, both men and women, because one, if our culture does not, we're going to keep on losing political power. We're going to be losing the wealth of our generations to come, and we're gonna lose our lineage. And the last thing, go buy some Bitcoin.
Oh, Omac, I gotta do that too. I'm gonna send it to you. I gotta do that.
Okay.
Remember? I
know.
All right, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Do the right thing. You heard? Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.